Cheated by my wife of 8s and GF of 13s. The date is February 23rd. There are no children. At 1:30 a.m., I saw a smiling emoji on her phone, which was lighting up. I was going to go to bed and was about to switch off the TV when I saw a familiar, but unexpected, face on the screen. My college friend who has been married for roughly the same amount of time and just had a baby daughter. My conscious mind avoided seeing the chat history because of the degree of trust on both sides and the fact that we and the friend were so close that I had asked him over for lunch and even went out for dinner that same day. My subconscious, on the other hand, began piecing together certain questionable incidents, her and pal meeting alone/driving, going on a day trip with her friends, etc., that had occurred in the days before D-Day, which I had consciously chosen to ignore. Trust is expensive. I had in front of me a 25-day chat history with photographs shared and remarked on that I hadn't seen before. I had to pinch myself a few times because I couldn't believe it was genuine. Shocked, broken, afraid, cold feet, furious, and perhaps a few dozen more feelings all rushed over me at once. I tried to pull myself together. I took screenshots of the conversation and stored them as backups in multiple locations on the cloud. Proof: when confronted, she admitted but said it was just for the previous several weeks. Given the strength of the emotions coming through the dialogue, I really doubt it. It took me a whole day to absorb, and I attempted to talk to her. She said that it was a mistake that would not happen again. I wouldn't have known who I was inviting to my house and what was going on behind my back every evening when they went out for supper and made up reasons. Trust has been shattered. Marriage has ended. I tried thinking about it for a few days and trying to figure out why she had to do what she did. And her response was that she needed someone to speak to other than me. Like a close friend? And then one thing led to another. We've been having extensive FaceTime conversations with friend and his wife. But now that I think about it, all of those calls began with them and me, and Buddy's wife was added afterwards. Was it on purpose? Perhaps. I went on a vacation with two of my friends, and she requested if she might join us for a few hours the following day. Buddy was planning on driving her there, 5HRS. We had a fight that night because she stated she thinks of him like a brother, and I was insane for questioning her. She is her parents' only child, and I pity them for having to go through what they will because of what she done. We purchased a property jointly a few months ago, therefore I'm negotiating with the realtor to purchase it from her, working with a lawyer to prepare the paperwork. We live together, but have separate bedrooms till this problem, documents, is resolved. Only talk when necessary. She doesn't earn as much money, so she's begged me to let her remain as long as she can get a better job. Any suggestions? Thank you so much for taking the time to read this. Story 2. Ex-girlfriend and drunk cheating. Okay, I realize this is going to be a lengthy post, but I'd love it if anybody could read it, since I'm experiencing these self-blame ideas that aren't going away. So my 21, long-distance former girlfriend 19, with whom I've been in a relationship since 2016, cheated on me at an after-party at a stranger's home with a man she knew from her previous school. She walked in and confessed, even though I wouldn't have known that she had chosen to keep it hidden. She was deeply wounded by her remorse over what she had done. According to her, no intercourse occurred since he was inebriated and went gone. Nonetheless, other things happened, such as kissing, fingers crossed, oral. I opted to remain with her rather than break up with her, but I was having trouble accepting it. Specifically, her statement change. From I had too much to drink and it interfered with my judgment and I made a stupid choice, to I felt forced to do so and had no clue what she was doing since she drank too much. While her behaviors indicate that she went into it impulsively and didn't do anything to halt it. So I had many inquiries about it, seeking to comprehend the complete truth and learn more facts, which she couldn't manage after a while, despite her assurances that I wouldn't have to cope with it alone and that she'd be there for me till the end of time. He would often tell me to stop poking at the wound and stop talking about it. It was a difficult time in our relationship, me being absolutely upset and having difficulty moving on, and her expecting me to just get over it and return to the way the relationship was. The biggest problem that brought us to an end was that she promised me. First and foremost, she stated that she has no control over her drinking and that it always ends in disaster, so she'll quit doing it to avoid placing herself in a similar scenario in the future. Nonetheless, she didn't follow through on her pledges. She broke them again at a party with her pals, just after assuring me she wouldn't drink there. She gave in as soon as she arrived. "I'm sorry I disappointed you," she said. She also said that she would drink to show to me that she will be in control. Nonetheless, she had lost control again. She only stopped when she puked on herself and almost destroyed her phone by splashing water on it. As she drank, she exploded on me, saying I'm manipulative for making her choose between me and drinking, her own vow, for not stopping questioning her about the event, for so many things I haven't really done. She even said that if it were up to her, she would brush it off, but I would not let her forget. Despite letting her drinking again, there was no other possibility we agreed on. I didn't abandon her. I spoke to her as gently as I could. I wanted to settle things with her. I had a feeling she had an alcohol issue. She admitted she had a problem as soon as she stopped drinking that night, and she thinks she's filthy and a lousy girlfriend, and she wonders why I put up with her. I informed her that if there is an issue, I would not abandon her. She suggested that we work on it, only to tell me a few minutes later that she has no issue with it and simply enjoys it and wants to do it. Nonetheless, I kept my cool. I approached her in the most pleasant manner imaginable. We discussed how it always ends. I asked her whether she thought it was fair or if we should put a stop to it. She vowed that would be the last time, and it was a promise she made completely and is not obligated to keep. We decided to work together to make things better. By putting it all behind us and letting go of old patterns, I apologized for everything I said or did while I was in pain. She said she understood that it was fair and that I shouldn't be too hard on myself. And it was evident that she didn't want the incident to come up again. For the next month, things gradually improved. There will be no more tears. There will be no more agony. Just the two of us being regular. I tried to be as normal as possible. Until we had another brief dispute, which culminated with her claiming she wanted to go to another party. I questioned her why she was violating her promises to me again, and all she said was, "I'm not. All I want to do is do it." That elicited a response from me, and I explained what occurred the previous time she got intoxicated in the presence of strange males. The relationship was then terminated because we haven't healed, and it will only get worse. Then she continued to block me everywhere in the midst of me asking her to listen, and simply ghosted me after 5.5 years. After a lengthy period of separation, I kept blaming myself and saying that maybe I shouldn't have dwelled on the incident for too long and simply pushed myself to get over it as she wanted me to. Would the result be different if my response to the pain didn't linger so long and I simply accepted it and went on? I can't help but remember how much she cried as a result of that. While I may have been rude, I know it's not worth it to worry about it now, but I'm beginning to feel like I'm poisonous or something for not just accepting it and going on.